When Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi was appointed as the National Police Commissioner by then-President Jacob Zuma in 2011, eyebrows were raised across the country. Not only had he skipped over more than 30 senior generals, but his promotion came with little management experience or long-standing institutional backing within the SAPS. It seemed like a classic case of political favor over professional merit. But in Zuma's South Africa, this move was not merely a matter of poor judgment. It reflected a deeper pattern of consolidating control over the state's most sensitive institutions. More than a decade later, Mkhwanazi remains at the center of controversy, with Zuma's daughter, Duduzile Zuma, publicly threatening civil unrest if he is removed from office. His trajectory, past and present, offers a revealing case study of how political loyalty can trump institutional integrity in a captured state. From the outset, Mkhwanazi's rise appeared manufactured rather than earned. He was promoted from Major General to Lieutenant General seemingly overnight and placed at the helm of one of the most critical institutions in the country. At the time, the Democratic Alliance questioned this appointment in Parliament, pointing out that SAPS promotion protocols prohibit the skipping of ranks and require demonstrable suitability. Critics noted that he was not a career policeman and lacked the necessary experience to manage an embattled police service, particularly one still reeling from the scandals of Bikiki and Jackie Celebi before him. So why would Zuma bypass standard procedure and risk another leadership failure? The likely answer lies in Zuma's political playbook: loyalty over competence. Mkhwanazi, unlike many senior SAPS officials, had no visible allegiances to anti-Zuma factions or independence-minded institutional actors. His relatively low profile made him the ideal candidate, someone who could be trusted not to challenge the status quo or disrupt the strategic interests of the presidency. In a time when the Zuma administration was facing rising pressure over corruption, mounting criticism from within the ANC, and looming investigations linked to state capture, having a compliant figure in charge of the police was not a liability. It was a necessity. While there is limited public evidence tying Mkhwanazi directly to the mechanisms of state capture, his role during Zuma's presidency fits the broader pattern of how the security cluster was weakened and manipulated. The SAPS, like the NPA and intelligence services, became battlegrounds for political control. In this context, Mkhwanazi's job was less about rooting out corruption and more about ensuring stability on terms favorable to Zuma. That stability often meant ignoring or stalling investigations that threatened key political allies. While Mkhwanazi was not overtly corrupt, his quiet compliance served the same function as active participation. It allowed capture to continue uninterrupted. Fast forward to 2025, and Mkhwanazi remains a central figure, this time not for what he's done, but for who supports him. Following his allegations that senior officials, including Police Minister Senzo Mchunu and Deputy Commissioner Shadrach Sibia, were part of a criminal syndicate obstructing investigations into political killings, he has become both a whistleblower and a lightning rod. What's striking is the aggressive defense mounted by the Zuma family, particularly Duduzile Zuma, who has taken to social media to warn of round 2 of the July 2021 riots should anything happen to Mkhwanazi. This isn't just about protecting a family friend. The Zuma family's unwavering support for Mkhwanazi speaks volumes about how deeply they still rely on allies in positions of power. For the MK party and Zuma-aligned loyalists, Mkhwanazi represents more than a police commissioner. He is one of the last institutional holdouts still within their orbit of influence. KwaZulu-Natal remains a Zuma stronghold, and having Mkhwanazi at the helm of provincial policing provides a strategic advantage. His removal could symbolize the final collapse of Zuma-era influence over state security, and Dudu's threats reflect an unwillingness to let that happen quietly. Moreover, the political symbolism of the line of Mkhwanazi's presence cannot be ignored. In a party built on grievance, nostalgia, and populist defiance, Mkhwanazi's survival becomes a stand-in for the broader fight against Ramaphosa's ANC. Whether or not he is guilty of wrongdoing is almost irrelevant. To the Zuma faction, he is useful, a visible reminder that their legacy has not yet been erased. In conclusion, Mkhwanazi's career arc evolved from a surprise appointment under Zuma to a figure defended with riot threats by the Zuma family tells us everything we need to know about the entanglement between political loyalty and institutional power in South Africa. His story is not just about policing, it's about how personal networks, political survival, and strategic appointments continue to shape the post-apartheid state as the country inches toward deeper political realignment. The question isn't just whether Mkhwanazi stays or goes, but who controls the levers of law and order, and at what cost to democracy.